Everyone has a dream destination that they wish to visit in their lifetime, where you can cross off your travel bucket list and becomes your unforgettable experience. Let your never-ending stories in Thailand inspire the world.
National Sport Development Funds. Presented by Freedom Racing.
It's time for Thais to encourage each other. Forward the encouragement to make Thai people and Thailand stronger. Sports Authority of Thailand.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the World Grand Prix number 1, WaterJet World Series, round number 1. We are coming to you live from the Shinkohama Park here in Osaka City, Japan. My name's Mike Young, and I'm joined by my partner in crime, Dave Arnold.
Mike, thanks. I'll tell you, it's been a great day of racing so far, but it's time for the big boys to come play here, the money classes. Sport GP, 140,000 Thai baht on the line for the winner, 70 for second, and 35 for third.
Now, you're talking about that Sport GP class. Let's talk about last year's champions.
That's what I was just mentioned there is Omar Saad, who was last year's winner. He was sitting 5th right now going into this final moto. And then you got Simon Belcher, who was 2nd last year in the Grand Prix, is now sitting 2nd overall heading into moto number 2.
Yeah, moto number 1, your winner was boat number 33 out of Cambodia, sponsored by the Flamingo Jet Ski team. That was Philin Sali. And you already mentioned Simon Belcher on the Triple Aces. Simon getting some support from Michael Miller back home in the United Kingdom. Belcher sponsored by Handy Power Sports. And again, as you pointed out, took a 2nd last year. Boat number 45 is Supatat Fukrato out of Thailand. He's sponsored by K45 Park Motorsport and MB Racing. In 4th place coming into this one was boat number 76. That was Joichiro Katano out of Japan, sponsored by the Bell Factory. Boat number 77, last year's champ, Omat Sali, comes into this one in 5th place out of Cambodia, sponsored by the Flamingo Jet Ski team. Taking a 6th earlier today, Tae Yang Ro out of South Korea, sponsored by the Bell Factory. Boat number 92 is Kentaro Ito out of Japan, sponsored by Racing. And boat number T951 is Terapawat Johannesson, aka Opal, out of Thailand, sponsored for the Ratchaburi Jet Ski team. And he comes into this one with 30 points. Once again, this weekend's event organized by the Asian Multi-Sports and Entertainment Company in association with the Japan Jet Sports Association. Our title sponsors this weekend include the Sport Authority of Thailand, Amazing Thailand, Thai Airways, the National Sports Development Fund, and Freedom Racing.
in association with the JJSBA, JJSA, sanctioned by the IJSBA.
That's right. That's the International Jet Sports Boating Association. For those of you listening in, Pro Sport GP is on deck. Going to be the first race. We've got 4 closed course races, and then we're going to go into our freestyle program. Now, the order of those races, we got the Pro Sport GP. We'll have the Pro-Am Runabout 1100 Open up next, and both of those races go on 7 laps, and then we've got 2 10-lap races featuring the Pro Ski Grand Prix and the Pro Runabout Grand Prix.
And, of course, we're going to cap it off with the high-flying action of the Pro Freestyle. I'll tell you how many. We had a whole plethora of them.
Yeah, I believe we've got 14 pro freestylers here. Japan is the home of Boone Freestyle, one of our sponsors, and all the freestylers are coming out and they're supporting Boone, and all the efforts being put forth through the Boone Freestyle Factory.
Which is Watanabe, Boone, Fumikaze.
That's right. So you can see riders getting some last-minute instruction down there.
See a little Loctite there, getting those grips ready.
You see G. Greenland over there sitting up in the front row, getting ready to check out this Sport GP class.
Last time we saw them was by poolside in Thailand.
Always good to see G. Greenland, one of the promoters down in Australia. You know, people came from far and wide to be here, Dave. Over 22 countries represented. Let's take a look at the course.
Well, you can see it's a split start here. So both lines will head out towards the top of the course there. You're going to have to make the decision, or there's no decision made. If you're on the outside, as you see, you're going to have to take the outside split. If you're on the inside, you take the inside. Now, they're going to come around, and you'll see them break off, and then you're going to see them come together and merge as they go across that line.
And now the start of the inside will be the 4 white buoys. The start of the outside will be the 4 red buoys.
Correct. And this is where they're going to merge together here. They're going to work around the course here. Again, making a left on the double reds, through double yellows, reds, yellows, and red and yellow, getting around the big sweeper of triples. And this is where they can make the decision at this point at the MasterCard buoy. They can make the option to go inside or out. It doesn't matter how they started. At this time, it's up to the rider to make that decision.
That's right. For those of you folks that may be listening in, might be first-time spectators, well, what they're doing right there is if they're riding in somebody's pump wash, if they're riding in somebody's chop, that gives them the opportunity to find some clean water and actually make the pass.
13 lefts, 7 rights.
That's right. 20 total turns here in this one. Track is about 3/4 of a mile long. As we get set to go, taking a look at Simon Belcher. And, Simon was the points leader going into Thailand last year.
Yep.
Lost it to Omad Saleh as he gives everybody in the UK and around the world a big thumbs up. I know Simon got here early, and we talked to him a couple of days ago, him and Sophie Miller, who was here supporting him. Once again, we're going to be watching the Pro Sport GP. That is going to be the first race, and then we're going to move to the Pro Runabout 1100 Open, Pro Ski Grand Prix, and the Pro Runabout GP in that order. Over here, and as we go into each race, we'll let you know who the champions were, the past champions from 2024, and who is here and who is not.
And again, Omar Saleh was the winner from last year, and of course, Simon Belcher second. Lennon Parkin, who is not here, was third in the Grand Prix last year. Supatek Puchakul, who is not competing in this category this year. And Kyle Horton out of the UK, rounding our top 5 from last year's World Grand Prix Jet Ski Series.
Right, final closed course race of the day be the Pro Runabout GP before we go into the high-flying antics of the freestyle show. And boy, I'll tell you what, lots of great freestylers here. And as I take a look, I just got handed some more paperwork. And it looks like we are going to have 7 total in the Pro Freestyle. As we just got the lineup for them. We had 14. They must have qualified them down to half that field. So we've got 7 that will be out here. And those will be coming up after our closed course racing. But as for now, we're getting ready to start here with the Sport GP. Again, we are coming to you live from Noshinkahama Park in Osaka City, Japan. This is round number 1 of the World Grand Prix number 1 WaterJet World Series.
A little hazy, about 78 degrees, feels like 83 with the humidity out here. And of course, that's always a factor when it comes to horsepower. The cooler, the drier the power, the air, the faster the machines are. You got a heavy, thick air. A lot of it has to go into adjusting the motors, the carburetors, the fuel injection.
Well, Dave, I'll tell you this. For those of you at home probably don't know this, but yesterday we got blown out. I mean, it was a really bad storm that came through. So we had to kind of shorten the day yesterday. Took most of the day off as we had winds gusting up to 50 mile per hour. However, today completely different. You can see the water's calm. As we take a look down, we got Simon Belcher, boat number 111 from the United Kingdom. As we get set to fire him off. And again, 7 laps here in this first race.
Good shot at Belcher there as we look down the line. The 7 of Tae Yang Ro out of South Korea in the Bell Factory backed machine.
You know, as I take a look down here, we got Cambodia, United Kingdom, Thailand, Japan, South Korea, all competing in this one. 5 different countries. Truly an international event here going on in Osaka City, Japan.
And of course, you could hear we're right at the starting line there as they're firing up these machines. You can hear them growling out there.
Yeah, I believe that was T951, Terapatawat Johannesson, a.k.a. Opal out of Thailand. They was just kind of blowing that machine out. Boat number 45 we're taking a look at. That's Supatat Fukrato out of Thailand, sponsored by K45.
Supatat was 4th overall at the World Series last year.
Yeah, doing a little flex for you. Which way to the gun show? And sponsored by the Bell Factory. That is, I believe, Tae Yang Ro.
Shiro.
Got 77, Omad Salih, last year's champ. Coming into this one in 5th place. And these riders used to go on 3 motos. This weekend only going 2, as we said, got blown out. The 951 is right there. T951, that's Terapatawat Johannesson out of Thailand. And he is all set to go as well as the fans are getting ready here. Great show coming your way, the Sport GP. This is Moto number 2. And again, the winner of Moto number 1 was 33, Feed 6, followed by 111, Simon Belcher, and 45, Supatat Fukrato. And that's the way they stacked up 1 through 3 in Moto number 1.
And Omad Salih once again trying to defend his championship here, and the only way to do that is starting out here well in Japan for round number 1. As long as we move to Belgium and then end up in Thailand and Pattaya City at Jamdam Beach to let them fight it out for the championship, as well as the World Grand Prix and the King's Cup.
And you can go to WGP #1 online, and you can get all of the schedules and all of the dates. We invite everybody to join us at all the rounds of the World Grand Prix number 1 WaterJet World Series.
Well, Sylvia Miller says, "Hey, Mikey, and do we to see her?"
Terapatawat coming into this one in 8th place, but he has shown that he's got a lot of skill. I would keep my eye on him. The 92, that's Kentaro Ito from right here in Japan, sponsored by FK Racing.
See Cat Daddy down there, Matt Doss holding for Supatat.
Yeah, he came all the way from Cleveland, Ohio to be here with us.
What would you rather be right now, Cleveland, Ohio, or in Osaka, Japan?
Well, I'll tell you what, I am right where I want to be, in the seat right next to you, and we are set to watch some amazing racing here.
We're looking forward to it. And we can see Simon Belcher there. Miller-built machine there, specially built sport boat.
Belcher making a couple of adjustments there, making sure that his lanyard is set right. He was talking about they were practicing on Thursday a little earlier this week, and he had gotten beaten up, and he was showing us some blisters that he had actually had because it was so rough out there.
Yeah, definitely rough. A lot different conditions today. Very smooth as we see. It almost looks like glass with a little ripple.
Once again, you can see the skyline in the back as the wanting fans are ready to go racing here at Shikohama Park. And boy, it has sure been a fun weekend. You know, yesterday was a little rough on everybody, but Thursday, Friday, and today have been absolutely amazing. As we get set to go, I'd like to say a special thanks to our manufacturer members who include Kawasaki, Sea-Doo, and Yamaha.
The calm before the storm as the riders are all sitting there anticipating for the firing up. We're just waiting for the signal from the tower as they're checking their watch.
A special thanks to Jet Pilot, our official wetsuit here of the World Grand Prix #1 series. Using the lighting system, and that's been working out real good. All right, here we go. We got some Max and Trey tables in there. Upright in launch position. WGP getting ready to take off, and of course, somebody called for a 2-minute hold.
Oh, of course. A little psychological warfare going on, maybe.
And I believe that was Tae Yang Ro out of South Korea that called for that 2-minute hold. And it looks like they got him back up, and you can see water coming out the backside of his ski, so it looks like he's ready to go. We're ready to go. We hope you're all ready to go. Uh-oh, number 7 now having an issue. So that is boat number 7 is Tae Yang Ro once again out of South Korea. And he'll come back and get back in the lineup. And I don't think that he's going to be penalized for that, Dave.
Yeah, I don't believe so. The start hadn't started yet, and he was trying to hold his hand up. Everybody around the world saying, let's get this started here. A lot of calls out for the 77. And, of course, Opal that I'm
Already, once again, riders told to fire up those engines. Taking a look at Fairlawn on the outside right there, pitted right next to the 77 of Oman Sali. Here we go.
And the start. Inside, outside, we're going to go ahead and get them together. Try and see if we can see the inside and the outside.
And it looked like a pretty clean start right there. Everybody holding their line on the way to that first turn. And we'll pan down to the inside first, let you know who's leading on the inside before we go to the outside. They make the turn, come back in, and here we go. We'll let you know that is boat number 33, who is out in front, Feline Sali out of Cambodia, sponsored by the Flamingo Jet Ski Team.
Somehow I'm not surprised there with Sali, who was the winner for moto #1. And the outside is Supertech Puchakul out of Thailand, K45 Park Motorsport MB Racing.
All right, so those are your two leaders. They'll get ready to come down the front straightaway and into the merge. Fukrotol coming from the outside. And looks like it could be Fukrotol. Fukrotol grabbing the hole shot and stealing it away from Feline Sali, who is on the inside.
And Supertech Puchakul trying to come back. A former winner in this class, looking to redeem himself and try and get the World Championship once again.
And it looked like the T951 Tapaterawat out of Thailand that had come through in third place here on lap #1.
So once again, it's Feline Sali in the 33, Supertech Puchakul in the 45. I'm sorry. Supertech, I'm sorry, in the lead, Feline Sali in second there. And you can already see the gap. It's already starting to develop here as they head down the back straightaway.
Yeah, that's the gap between first and second place for those of you watching on at home. And it looks like your race leader going to go to the outside. Second place going to follow suit to the outside. That was Feline Sali. So Fukrotol and Sali both to the outside.
Question is, where is Simon Belcher and the triple aces there? He was second in points last year in the World Series.
You can see Sali taking a look over his shoulder, looking to see where third place was at. And that's Tapaterawat right there, a.k.a. Opal, currently sitting in third. Opal, of course, his nickname as he comes down the front straightaway. These GP boats sound angry out there.
They sound angry for sure. That's what they want to be. They are all horsepower. It's kind of like riding a street bike on the water. The way they're set up, the way you lean in on them.
That was boat number 77, Omad Sali. That's Tapaterawat on the 951. As your leaders all onto the right-hand side of the track, getting ready to head down the back straightaway. And again, you can see that gap already growing there for Supertech Fukrotol. Again, taking a third in moto #1. A 3-1 would give him a 4 overall.
Supertech definitely had several world titles back in the day in Lake Havasu. He used to own the 75 class as well as the sport class. Now, this class has really evolved over the years. The X2, the original sport boats, then the Yamaha Blaster came in. Then we saw the Blaster 2, the Blaster 3, which looks very similar to some of these boats out here, but they are custom built. Freedom Racing, more off the C2HX platform. Very similar.
Well, I'll tell you, it looked like Belcher just had a bad start. Started in like 6. He's worked his way up to, I believe, he's going to be challenging for 4th as we pan on to Simon Belcher there on the Triple Aces out of the United Kingdom. Currently sitting in, again, that 5th place position.
It looks like he was trying to battle there with Horacio Catano.
And you can see Belcher there coming out right behind Tapaterawatt. So
Belcher 5th.
Belcher still remaining in that 5th place position.
So once again, it's Supertet Putriko on the 45, Phil Sali, Omad Saleh, Tapaterawatt is the 4th place, and Simon Belcher rounding our top 5.
Fukrito looking really good here in his 2nd moto, again placing 3rd in the 1st moto. And if we're all doing the scoring, that would give him a 4. And I'm taking Philin Sali with a 2-2nd right now. Took a 1st in the first one. That would give him a 3 overall. That would give him the overall win if things stay as they are over Supertot.
Yeah, and Belcher's got a lot of climbing to do here with a 2 and a 5 as a 7. So not where he wants to be at this point.
Yeah, 4th place in the first moto was Joichiro Katano. And he was on boat number 76. Not in the top 5 right now, Dave.
Yeah, and Omar Saleh sitting 3rd. He was last year's champion in the Jet Ski World Series. He's trying to climb up there, and of course, they're keeping the family with Phil Sali running 2nd right now as we look at the 33 down the front straight, making that left-hand turn. But Supertet Putriko on a tear. That boat is set to perfection.
Well, Fukrito, he knew what he needed to do. He needed to come out, he needed to get the win, but he needs a little bit of help.
Yes, he does. He's got a couple riders in between.
Yeah, he can get by with a little help from his friends.
He's feeling Sali to be a little farther back than he's in right now.
Well, one person can help him with that, and that would be Omad Sali.
Who's sitting currently in 3rd.
Right. But
he's got to get by his family member, Phil Sali.
Yeah, so you got to wonder if, he's going to kind of protect that lead, that Philin Sali has his
That's
brother.
That's a good point, thinking about it.
Because Omad Sali taking a 5th in the first moto, not mathematically off of the podium, but mathematically kind of out of 1st place.
That's a difficult number to crunch there, that's for sure, because these guys have a couple more, or quite a few more laps to return here. It's not over yet.
Once again, you're watching the Sport GP class here as a part of the World Grand Prix number 1, WaterJet World Series, round number 1 from Nakashinko Hama Park.
So this has been a very dominant in the Thai teams for many years here in the sport class. Between the 785 back in the day, the sport class, the Thai riders have really worked on. They've developed their own boats. So there's a lot of time spent on these. As well as the Cambodian riders, too.
Yeah, the Cambodians picking up some of that Thai sponsorship. Uh-oh, and that's Tapaterawatt off of his boat.
Oh, no.
And he has to get rebooted in a tough break there for Tapaterawatt Johannesson.
Riding in 3rd now, we're going to have to see. He's going to get shuffled to the back. And that's not a place he wants to be with being 3rd place right now. But he didn't have the greatest finish in moto number 1. He was 8th.
As the crowd looks on here from the main grandstands. And again, you can see all the flags up at top of the main grandstands there. Over 20 countries represented this weekend. And there's Fukrito on boat number 45. And Fukrito works his way left to right in front of the main grandstands. And this time, Dave, the white flag will come out for Fukrito. Philin Sali still sits in 2nd place, and that's Omad Sali still in 3rd on boat number 77 that we're panning into. Your top 3 onto the right-hand side of the track, and that is boat number 77, Omad Sali, last year's champion, taking a 5th in the first one, and currently sitting in 3rd right now. As our flagger showing the white flag to all of the riders out there. Less than 1 lap to go for your race leader, Supertot Fukrito.
Look at that. Off again he goes. 951 taking another water sample out there. Just heartbreaking for Tapaterawat.
Yeah, Tapaterawat having a rough go of it here this afternoon in our Sport GP class. But that rider right there is not. That is Supatat Fukrato out of Thailand, looking to take a win here. And if he takes a win here, I believe that'll give him second overall. And that's going to be good for 70,000 baht at the award ceremony tonight.
And
however,
that is something that he is not going to.
However, there is your winner of Moto number 2, Supatat Fukrato. And taking the overall victory, it's going to be Philin Saleh, and he's going to take home 140,000 baht. All right, my broadcast partner, Dave Arnold, going to go down and talk to our winners. Of course, winner of that race right there, Supatat Fukrato. Winner overall will be Philin Saleh out of Cambodia, Fukrato out of Thailand. So they are down there congratulating each other. Flamingo, not Flamingo team, going to take another victory. That team has been very successful throughout the years and have produced many national and world champions. So congratulations. Congratulations to them. And on deck right now, we're going to have the Pro-Am Runabout 1100 Open. That will be coming up next, as the checkered flag still flying, and that is Tapaterawat Johannesson that is coming through, that had 2 get-offs there in that second moto. So a tough break there for Tapaterawat. We're going to go to commercial break, and we'll be back with more after this.
Everyone has a dream destination that they wish to visit in their lifetime, where you can cross off your travel bucket list and becomes your unforgettable experience. Let your never-ending stories in Thailand inspire the world.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the World Grand Prix number 1, WATERJET World Series, round number 1 here at Noshikahama Park in Osaka City, Japan. As we get set to go here with the Pro-Am Runabout 1100 class, taking a win in the first moto, it was Workatit Manglapur, and he'll be on boat number 58. He's out of Thailand, and he is sponsored by CSL Motorsport. He'll be joined by boat number 33, Philin Saleh, out of Cambodia, sponsored by the Flamingo Jet Ski team, and out of Japan, sponsored by Precious Racing. It is boat number 92. That's Tadeo Hayashiguchi. Boat number 26 out of the Philippines, sponsored by MB Racing and Park Motorsport, Marcel Louis Buisson. And that rounds out your field here. A smaller field this weekend in the Pro-Am Runabout 1100 Open class. But again, coming in with 60 points out of Thailand, it's Workatit Mangalporn on boat number 58. He is going to be the racer with the bullseye on his back. I'd like to say a very special thanks to our organizers, the Asian Multi-Sports and Entertainment Company Limited, in association with the Japan Jet Sports Association, here for round number 1 of the WaterJet World Series. Glad everybody could tune in. My name's Mike Young, and I'll be joined shortly by my partner in crime, Dave Arnold, who has got the live mic. He's down there going to be talking to the winners. You can see just what a presentation this is by the Asia Multi-Sports and Entertainment Company, and of course our friends from the Japan Jet Sports Association. As we were talking about during that first race, we really got blown out yesterday. We had winds that were gusting around 50 miles per hour. The rain was going sideways, full on like typhoon here in Osaka City, Japan. We had to cancel most of the day yesterday. However, we got it back, and again, thanks to all of our supporters, volunteers, and of course workers here. They done an amazing job putting everything back together. And it takes a lot, it takes an army, it takes a small army to produce a production like this. And my partner Dave is back up here with me. Dave, did you get to talk to the winners down there?
I did not get a chance to talk to Phil and Sully because he had another race to go do. He's got another chance. I might be able to get a double interview with him.
Oh, there you go. Philin Sali, who was the champion of the Sport GP class. He'll take the win and the all the points going into Belgium, which is round number 2 here of the
and a little cash
of the World Grand Prix Series number 1. And taking a look, there is Philin Sali right there.
Now, it's going to be interesting. He could get it overall here. He's sitting second right now, going into moto number 2. So good chance I might get a double interview.
Marcel Louis Buisson, who had a tough race earlier, went down with a mechanical issue. Glad to see him back out there on the PH26, representing the Philippines.
I'll tell you, Phil's always going to have a tough climb trying to get a double back on wins coming out of Osaka. Workatit Mangalporn was definitely fast. That's why he was the winner for moto number 1.
Yeah, Workatit looked really fast. Came in about 6 seconds ahead of second place, and there's a look at Workatit right there. Workatit Mangalporn out of Thailand. Nice looking boat there. Also sponsored by CSL Motorsports. Boat number 92 sponsored by Map Tuner X. That's Tadeo Hayasaguchi out of Japan, sponsored by Precious Racing. And racing today on that Sea-Doo Spark.
Yep. The Spark comes either the 900 or the 1100. You have a little choice there. It's a very cool platform.
Yeah, and Yamaha also came into this one with the Jet Blaster as well. So this class, somewhat of a new class, but they're manufacturing boats actually to fit this class at Yamaha and Sea-Doo. Kawasaki with that new boat out this weekend too, down there in Performance Alley, the Kawasaki SX X160.
Based off the 160 SXR platform.
Again, we'd like to say a special thanks to Thailand's National Sports Development Fund, as well as Amazing Thailand, Thai Airways, and Sports Authority of Thailand for all their support here with the World Grand Prix Series.
Of course, we mentioned already about the Yamaha and their platform. Yamaha, a great sponsor here with Sea-Doo and, of course, Kawasaki. Great to see Quakey Sense back here with Benny Shooney.
That is Pro-Am Runabout 1100 Open class. Payout the same as it was with the last class, 140,000 baht to the winner, 70,000 baht second place, and 35,000 baht to third place.
So Phil and Solly actually has a chance to walk away with 280,000 baht.
That's, he could buy a lot with that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
I don't have to think about that.
Exactly. So our flaggers up there standing by and waiting for the race directors to give them the call. Got some great race directors this weekend with Patrick Mell and Peter DeSmet.
Peter, of course, the promoter as we head into Belgium. He's got the WaterJet Sports Association there.
And Patrick Mell, a longtime promoter from the Midwest in the United States. Patrick hails from Michigan, United States. And Patrick and I actually did our first race together back in 1988 at a small little park called Clay's Park in Canal Fulton, Ohio.
I think I was like 6 months old when that happened.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we've been in this sport for quite some time.
Yes, sir.
Kind of giving away our age here, but I'll tell you what, Patrick loves the sport, loves the people in the sport. And although he's no longer promoting in the United States, he's here race directing for the World Grand Prix Series for many years.
And then, of course, we got Robert Sand down in Tech, working with the local JJSA Tech guys.
Yeah, Ross Moore from Australia down there. Well, we appreciate Ross because he brought us up some pastries during the lunch break.
Ross will be with us, joining the team in Thailand, for sure.
Oh, he'll be joining us in Thailand.
He said he wanted to enjoy himself this time.
See Busan on the Jet Blaster.
The Flamingo, Naf. Next to him there with Phil and Solly. Man, just one coming out of the Pro Sport GP.
Took a second earlier today. So again, looking to take home some more change here.
Regardless, he should be able to take some, well, I don't know. He's got 3 other competitors to try and beat out in the money there. Only 3 of them are going to get paid. But he's sitting pretty sweet right now, sitting in that second position. It's Warkeet, though. Mangaporn, it was so quick. It's going to be tough to beat him.
All right, you can see the water is calm as the riders are told to fire up their engines. Once again in this one here, 7 laps. The red flag the red light rather, into green light, and we are off and racing.
2 on the outside, 2 on the inside. It should be a good start.
Everything looked clean. Nobody moving over any lanes.
All right, we'll try and get some numbers on the inside and the outside to go ahead and get the control there. I'm going to say Phil and Solly is probably one of them, and work it. There's Phil and Solly on the inside.
So, yeah, it's going to be Solly on the inside. Let's see if it's working. Yeah, it is. Workity Mongleporn. He is on the outside. Let's see how they come out.
Warkeet.
Yeah, that outside. A little faster for Warkeet right there. Nice hole shot. And Solly going to have to settle into second place coming from the inside.
And look how smooth, ideal conditions right now for these riders. Not much to contend with other than if you're in the back, the jet wash.
So Solly once again into second place, and that's where the camera's at. Boat number 33, Philin Solly out of Cambodia. Sponsored by the Knopf Insulation Flamingo Jet Ski Team. Now taking a look back here at third place, I believe that's Tadeo Hayasaguchi out of Japan, sponsored by Precious Racing. And that is Tadeo Hayasaguchi, boat number 92.
Well, let's talk about the past winners of this class here. Kazadit Terapatit was the last year's Jet Ski World Series champion. And then I'm looking, Omad Saleh was second, and Marcel Louis Buisson was third overall last year in the series, with Supertet Futrikul and Wu Rung Hu, who is not competing here today, as well as Omad Saleh, not in this class.
Yeah, Terapatit is here, Omad Saleh is here. A lot of them are here. They've just moved to different classes.
That's right.
So we took a look at our leader, Workity. Now we're taking a look at second place there for Lin Solly. If Solly stays where he's at, he's going to earn another 70,000 baht, Dave. And coming up next will be our Pro Ski Grand Prix class. Some great action coming up in that class right there, folks. It was tough. They had to qualify just to get onto the line. We've already ran one moto, but we'll talk a little bit more about that when we come to that class. right now back out, and I believe we're taking a look at third place right there. That is Tadeo Hayasaguchi. Hayasaguchi, boat number 92. A local product for right here in Japan.
Now, also, this is not only just for the Jet Ski World Series, it's also for the Asian Championships. So they're not only going to be getting trophies for that, they're going to be getting trophies for the Asian Championships here in Japan through the JGSA.
Now you can see the top two have pretty much checked out of this one right here. And that is Wuriki Mangaporn. Still maintaining that first place position. Second place, Solid. Over there on the left-hand side.
So about, I'm going to say it's like $4,500 US up for grabs right now in this class. And of course, we really jump it up to $500,000. That's going to be a whole other game now.
And Solly trying to get as much as he can. And, you know, we talked about his steering being a little bit loose
a little
bit earlier in this class.
Because he's still working it. It doesn't look like it.
Yeah, and you can see, you know, where he's going and hitting his bars back and forth.
You got to wonder if something they could not fix. A little slop in there. It's looking a little
I guess you
bit.
could say, yeah, he's got a lot of squish in there.
A lot of squish. There you go.
As your top two get ready to work their way down the back straightaway, and there is the gap between first and second. As we take a look at it on the monitor.
So as we see our leader there, WATERJET coming on through there, and Phil Solly, he's going to show him there, right in second place.
And he's going to follow suit, go to the outside. So your top two, both on the outside split. Third place, you can see how far back third place is. And there is fourth place. That's Buisan out of the Philippines, Marcel Louis Buisan.
Well, I'm just stoked to see him running here in second moto, but it's a tough pill to swallow, especially when you're third overall in the Jet Ski World Series last year.
Yeah, I had some bad luck in the endurance races a little bit earlier today. Had a couple breakdowns. Speaking of the endurance races, congratulations to Japan's own Hajime Isahai taking a win earlier in that pro endurance race. Meanwhile, back out to our leader, Wuriki Mangaporn. Picking up right where he left off in Moto number 1. Again, sponsored by CSL Motorsport out of Thailand. And the final race of the World Grand Prix number 1 series will be held in Pattaya, Thailand at Jomtien Beach. You're watching the Pro Runabout 1100 Open class. And your race leader is Wuriki Mangaporn. Philin Sali in second place. He took second in the first moto, so this is going to make scoring pretty easy for us up here.
Not a difficult one for sure there, Wuriki Mangaporn. Definitely a man on a mission here to take this overall here. Once again, this is 7 laps to victory for Wuriki. Waiting on a little sign from the tower here when that white flag comes out and they'll run there as we get closer, and I'll hopefully go down there and catch a word with him. And still like to get a word with Phil and Solly about winning the Sport GP Championship.
Yeah, Wuriki, at least a lap and a half to go. White flag not coming out that time around. Nice graphics package there on Wuriki's boat.
Yeah, definitely a great job there, like in the purple and gold.
Couple riders favoring that purple now. I don't know. It's because Jet Pilot made a new purple wetsuit. They want their boats to match. Or
looks good. Gotta say, I kind of like it too because it's James Madison colors, purple and gold.
There you go. Well,
the Dukes.
And it looks like Buisan going a lap down from the Philippines. As you can see, Wuriki going past him right before the MasterCard buoy on the top left-hand side of the track.
Well, you got to know that, of course, Marcel Louis Buisan had some issues in the first race, and you got to know probably something they couldn't get fixed out. He is off pace. Usually he's a lot faster rider.
Tadeo Hayasaguchi still in that third place position, but first and second pretty evenly spaced out. And Wuriki running away with this one. Check it out, like us on Monday.
And Tadeo Hayashiki, we're keeping an eye on there as we see. White flag comes out. One more lap here for Waraki. Mongolporn, the rider from Thailand, the CSL Motorsports. Phil and Sali still in tow on the Cambodia, the Flamingo Jet Ski team. Now it's just hurry up and wait is what he's thinking there, Waraki. He just knows that victory is going to be coming to him. 140,000 baht will go to the overall winner, Waraki. Now looking like the man that's going to be taking the money home to Thailand.
So Waraki getting ready to go down that back straightaway one final time here. Been a great round number one here, the World Grand Prix number one, WaterJet World Series at the Shikohama Park in Osaka City, Japan. And they have been amazing hosts here in Osaka City. The MasterCard buoy one last time there for Waraki, and he'll opt to go to the outside as he charges through that outside one final time. So once again, about 3 more buoys to negotiate before this deal is in the books for that young man right there. Waraki Mongolporn. And the checkered flag comes out. Congratulations, Waraki Mongolporn, your champion here in the Pro-Am Runabout 1100 Open class. A first in the first moto, a first in the second moto, making that a no-brainer for your spectator-friendly announcers. Big shout out to my friend Richard Ignacio, who's listening in from Northern California. Rich used to do some live streaming with us over there in the United States, and a racer in his own right. Glad to see Rich could make it up and check out the live stream and the TV show. Well, folks, we'll be back with that Pro Ski GP right after these messages from our sponsors.
It's time for ties to encourage each other. Forward the encouragement to make Thai people and Thailand stronger. Sports Authority of Thailand.
National Sport Development Funds. Presented by Freedom Racing.
All right, so once again, as we take a look, we're going down with Dave Arnold, who is standing by with your winner.
Thanks, Mike. Oh, man, it was a great race here. We got Warkeet Mogapone. Oh, man, I'll tell you, what an incredible race out there. You took the win out of Osaka. You got to be feeling very happy. Happy. Good. Go again. Ready? Warkeet Mogapone is our winner here out of Cambodia. And I got to say, what an incredible race you had. You feel really good taking the win here in Osaka, Japan.
รู้สึกปลดล็อกครับเพราะว่าปีที่แล้วแขนหักแข่งไม่จบก็เลยพอได้แชมป์ปีนี้ก็เลยรู้สึกดีใจ
Well, I know you and Phil and Solly have raced together quite a bit. Was either your major competition in this class? Phil and Solly, his major competition.
คือฟิลินแข่งในคลาสนี้ด้วยอย่างเงี้ยได้แข่งกับฟิลินแล้วแบบเรารู้สึกต้องชาเลนจ์อะไรบ้างฟิลินขับดีมากครับทำให้เรากดดันเหมือนกันเวลาขับก็ต้องขอบคุณที่วันนี้เครื่องเขาน่าจะมีปัญหา
Well, I got to say congratulations to you. Do you want to thank anybody at home or say hello?
ต้องขอบคุณทีมงานนะครับทีมงานช่างก๊อฟโค้ชจอมแล้วก็ทีมสตาฟทุกคนเลย
Congratulations, Michael Float. One more time. A great job here. I'm going to have Phil and Solly come over. He was the Sport GP winner. Of course, right here, Magaporn was the Pro-Am Stock 1100 winner. Now I got Phil and Solly, our tie rider. He was the Sport GP, but he just took second here. You won Sport GP today. You got to be feeling very happy.
รู้สึกดีใจครับไม่นึกว่าตัวเองทำได้ขนาดนี้ครับดีใจสุดๆครับ
Well, it's good to know that you did do it here, and I know you got the points lead as we head into round 2 as we head to Belgium here for the Jet Ski World Series.
ไปครับเดี๋ยวไปเจอกันที่สนามไปเยี่ยมกันนะครับ
Well, definitely see you. Do you want to say hello to anybody at home or thank anybody?
សូមអរគុណបងប្អូនអរគ្នាដែលជួយគ្រប់គ្រងខ្ញុំពុកម៉ែបងប្អូនក្រុម CGV Media ដែលជួយ like គ្រប់គ្រងសូមអរគុណ
There it is. Back to you, Mike, in the booth.
Hey, thank you, Dave Arnold. And let's talk about what's happening here in the Pro Ski GP class. Well, the big story of the day is Kevin Retterer had to go to an LCQ. Now, Kevin Retterer, if you're wondering who that is, that was the 2024 champion of the World Grand Prix #1 series. So Retterer, not in this one, did not make it through the LCQ. However, second place from last year did James Wilson, and third place did as well Jaden Richardson. Now, Jaden J. Richardson on boat number 111 out of Australia, he was the winner of Moto #1. James Wilson took a second. And again, Jimmy taking a second last year in the 2024 campaign. Jimmy out of the United States, and he is riding for Factory Kawasaki. He's got one of those new Hyperion boats. And speaking of Hyperion, so does the guy who took third in the first moto. Boat number 88, that's Mao Sato from Japan, riding for Factory Kawasaki. Now taking a fourth in moto #1 was boat number 37, riding a Pro Force boat, Toshi the Samurai O'Hara from right here in Japan, sponsored by SKU 46H Racing. Taking a fifth was boat number 81, Shogo Ibahara out of Japan, sponsored by Clever WCR. And boat number 888, taking a sixth, Ryder Will Labor. He's out of the United States, sponsored by Commander.
And riding the number 78, Toshi Sato out of Japan, running for pound 1. We got the Tanawan Moli on the T4 out of Thailand, the Mingo Jet Ski team, followed by Hideyuki Kiriashi out of Japan for Team LMB.
And we got boat number 43, that's a Shimizu Hideyuki. Boat number 95, Kazu Hattori out of Japan. Got Kao Sato out of Japan, sponsored by Team East Japan.
And also out of Japan, riding the number 62 Yogi Yamamoto for Team YRF. We got the 51 of Akito Matsura out of Japan for KHK Racing, followed by the 91, also out of Japan, Hideyoshi Yonai, Japan Auto Swap Factory Racing.
And boat number 89, Tamahiro Yamasaki He's out of Japan, sponsored by Ponkan Racing. Boat number 21, Ryuji Masuko out of Japan, sponsored by Unlimited Racing. And rounding out your field, boat number 33, Kazuhu Sato out of Japan, sponsored by TKR Racing. Taking a look at Ryder Wildeboer right there out of Lake Havasu City, Arizona. And there is Mo Lee on the T4.
Well, Mike, let's talk about the champions from last year, the Jet Ski World Series. Incredible. I'm just heartbroken about Kevin Redder as I saw him down there by the line.
Yeah, I'll tell you, everybody was surprised. Redder was actually in that second final transfer spot, and Ryder Wildeboer got him right at the finish line, won by less than a boat length, and that was absolutely amazing. That LCQ, in case you didn't watch it earlier today, make sure you hit the rewind button and check that out.
The reason I was bringing it up about Kevin Redder, he's down there giving encouragement to all the riders down there. I mean, what a sportsman. You know, even though he didn't make the main, he's down there just pumping up the riders.
Yeah, you got to love it, Kevin Redder. He's one of the elder statesmen, I guess you could say, in this sport now. Many national world championships, and of course the 2024 champion here with the World Grand Prix #1 Series, WaterJet World Series. Unfortunately, not making it to the main event here in round number 1. Had some difficulties not getting his ski out there in the qualifier. Had to go to that LCQ, but man, that was a stacked LCQ, Dave.
I'll tell you, there was so much talent there. It could have been anyone's race at any time. But this one, I couldn't even guess who's going to take this one. Of course, with Jaden Richardson, he's got the momentum, but can he hold on to it? Especially with James Wilson, Miles Sato, Toshi Ohara. I mean, we got Shogo is such a fast rider, Ryder Wildeboer, Sashi Sato, and Tanawan Moli. I expect great things for that guy, but man, talk about the big money for this class.
870,000 baht on the line, 500,000 baht just for your winner. And Jaden J. Richardson, he's sitting in the driver's seat, but I'll tell you what, I don't know if I want to be sitting in the driver's seat behind Jimmy Wilson. Wilson fast on that factory Kawasaki.
Well, talk about fast, Miles Sato, who actually did win his qualifier. Fortunately missed the buoy, had to go back, came back, and won that. The local boy, Toshi Ohara. I mean, what a young phenom, one of our junior store products.
So, yeah, this can go into which if you're watching on, once again, Jaden J. Richardson, the favorite out here, and was a winner.
2-minute hold being called right now.
And they're calling, for a 2-minute hold. That looks like you'll see that a lot with these GP classes.
How finicky it was, and we did saw just the way they lifted the boat up wrong. Water hydrolock Ryder Wildeboer's boat. I mean, something you do thing. And then, of course, Kevin Redder's machine not running. Just a freak thing. Now, we did see that in Thailand happen to him, but he was able to get a backup boat and go out there and, of course, take the win in the Jet Ski World Series.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's got to be beaming with that young man, Jaden J. Richardson, leading the way in Moto #1. He'll sit in pole position here for Moto #2. Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi.
I'm telling you, man. Oh, man, Australia is going nuts right now for Jaden J. Richardson.
Well, we had a chance to talk to his dad down earlier, and, of course, his dad really happy and really stoked, but definitely he's just like, I'm not going to put the pressure on him. He's got to go out and can't get into his head. He's got to concentrate what's in front of him.
Well, he's a young man, but I'll tell you what, for a young man, he's got great mental capacity. Yes. He knew exactly where he was at. And you can see he was actually starting like 3rd or 4th in on that inside.
How smart does it get going now? And off they're running. Richardson with the target on his back, the winner for motor #1.
Well, I'll tell you what, on the inside, we're going to pan to the inside first, and there was a lot of great starts there from the inside. I'm looking for Wilson, and that might be Wilson up in front. I know that he had a white jacket on a little bit earlier on that factory Cowie. We'll see if it's Wilson as we go to pan in on that inside right now.
We'll get the confirmation on Wilson, and there he is at 300. He actually said he had to borrow Sophie's goggles. He's having goggle issues. They were fogging up on him. He goes, I don't care what color you are as long as they don't fog up. And look at that. It's Tanawan Moli on the number T4 on the outside.
Tanawan Moli, one of the wonder twins out there, the Moli brothers. And here we go. It's going to be Wilson on the inside, Moli on the outside. A drag race down the front straightaway. And it looks like it's going to be Wilson. Wilson's going to have the position.
And Wilson, a crafty veteran out there. He pushes a little wide. He gets a look over there. Wilson clear through the buoys out front. And there's our leader, the factory Kawasaki Hyperion of Jimmy Wilson.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Jimmy's been riding a couple of events that we've had down in the southern United States this year. So he's had a little bit of practice, on the water, racing the buoys, down with East Coast Watercross in Lake Alfred and over in Tennessee, rather, with the Alabama with the AJSA. So he's already got a couple races under his boat. He loves that Kawasaki Hyperion.
And speaking of Hyperions, I just saw the 88 there. That was Mayo Sato. He looks like he's back in that third position behind Tanawin Moli. Of course, Mayo Sato rides for Factory Kawasaki on that factory-powered Kawasaki Hyperion there. So, Mike, an incredible run there. I told you, he's one to watch for sure. I like to say he's almost reminds me of a young Kanamori.
Yeah, exactly. I'm wondering where Jaden J. Richardson is. He's got the orange vest, the orange helmet on. We're keeping an eye out for him. There is, I believe, second place, Tanawan Moli out of Thailand, sponsored by the Flamingo Jet Ski Team.
As he tries to chase down James Wilson. But James right now just has to stay in the top three. If Jaden Richardson's back, he could take the overall. And look at this. There's Jaden Richardson right now. He gets by Tanawin. It's going to be a drag race here. He is now clipping at the heels of James Wilson.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Richardson not getting the best to start, but he has already overtaken that second place position.
But I'll tell you right now, in moto number 2, James is first in this one. It would give him the wall. You said a second is just good as a first in moto number 1.
So, yeah, Jimmy Wilson needs to stay exactly where he's at if he wants to take this overall home and 500,000 Thai baht with him.
It's just incredible right now. I know his family's probably watching at home in Ohio, checking it out.
Yeah, they're hanging out in Hebron, Ohio, out on the farm with Sophie's 2 little girls.
Enjoying the farm life.
Exactly.
And back to speaking of Jimmy Wilson, there he is, the 300 machine. And look at the gap already set, though. But Jaden Richardson, riding like a young man possessed right now on that triple aces. He has definitely got every body English into it. He knows everything is to lose here. But you know what? A second you can't be ashamed with, because there's 2 more rounds after this. You got to stay consistent.
That's right. It's consistency that wins championships, and that's Richardson on the inside. There's Wilson coming out from the outside. Wilson's going to have quite the gap now.
Christina says, yes, we're watching. We knew you were.
Hello, Christina Wilson, mother of Jimmy Wilson. Your race leader out there, Richardson, trying to chase him down. He's got a pole in the water. But I'll tell you what, he's going to have to reel real hard if he wants to catch that shark.
And he's still got Tanawin Moli out in that third position trying to clip down on him. And Mayo Sato also in the mix in the top 4.
Shout out to Taylor Porter, who's watching in from the land down under, says, go JJ.
And there's Mayo Sato. I talked about the 88, sorry.
888 Ryder Wildeboer right behind 88. He's currently sitting in the 5th spot.
That's very respected for that young man. His first time really on the Jet Ski World Series. I know he had a rough one last year. He had a hydrotalk. He had to fight his way here. But you know what? Now he's in the mix.
All right, so once again, your race leader, Jimmy Wilson on the factory Cowie, out in front. And you got your race leader in second place, Jaden J. Richardson, right behind him. Both of them were in the picture, both of them on the outside split, left-hand side of the track, and getting ready to come down the front straightaway. And there's Jaden's father and sister looking on from the pits.
As we go back up front with James Wilson here on the 300 Hyperion-powered factory Kawasaki. I'll tell you, though, Jaden is coming on strong. He can see that back tray now of Jimmy Wilson. Gives a quick look over to find out where that young Tanawin Moli's at, and his sights should be set on that Kawasaki. He's within striking distance. It could come down to a couple smart decisions in the split, Mike.
Well, I'll tell you what, you can see 2 different riding styles from your top 2 riders there. Jimmy Wilson more aggressive, more attacking. And it looks like boat number 111, Jaden J. Richardson, reminds me very reminiscent of Jeff Jacobs.
That's right, very relaxed, very calm, very smooth.
Exactly, doesn't look like he's working as hard.
But I'll tell you, Jimmy is in great shape. He trains all the time with Sophie. And I'll tell you what, those 2 are just absolute machines when it comes to racing.
There's boat number 4, Tanawin Moli, the terror from Thailand, one of the Wonder Twins.
He's trying to chase down the fierce shark of Jaden Richardson. What do they call Jimmy Bigfoot?
Yeah.
He's stomping his way through the competition, I'll tell you.
Yeah, Jimmy Wilson, again, the 2024 runner-up in the World Grand Prix WaterJet World Series.
We're watching round number 1 here, the 2025 campaign, and who will have the points lead as we head into Belgium?
It's anyone's guess here, but right now it looks like Jimmy Wilson looking to be the man on top here, but Jaden Richardson's going to definitely try and deny that fact. But look at this, out front still Jimmy Wilson. It's his race to win or lose at this point. But Jimmy in full attack mode, switching with authority, those feet. He's got those elbows up. We know he's got the condition, but you got to remember, Jaden, a young man, he's like Gumby out there.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jimmy Wilson, the only American here in Osaka City for round number 1, and Jaden J. Richardson is the only Aussie here represented in this class. I'll check that. Ryder Wildebar is here in this class. I was thinking of some other classes. If I forgot, Ryder made it in on that LCQ, the last one to make it in, one to make the grid.
He actually is the one who took out Kevin Ritterer.
Yeah.
Literally beat him to the line.
I guess you could say he actually qualified 18th.
Yes, that's right.
And Wildebar coming in 6th in Moto number 1, currently sitting in 5th right now. Back out to your race leader, Jimmy Wilson, originally from Hebron, Ohio, made his home in South Carolina for a little while and now lives down there by me in Port St. Lucie, Florida.
He was actually a firefighter for a little bit there in North Carolina, right?
Yep, and he was the understudy of Bill Haig, Hurricane Haig.
Or AKA the flying tennis ball.
Right, yeah, we call him that because of his, he had a yellow helmet, very reminiscent of a tennis ball, but that's who Jimmy Wilson studied under, and obviously Bill Haig was a great teacher. Look where Jimmy's at now.
That I cannot deny that for sure. I mean, Haig took him under his wing, and you can see he is taking it to the next level there. As we see Tanawin Moli, the rider in 3rd place, and the number T4, the rider out of Thailand, the other half of Twin Power.
Right, and Moli riding for Flamingo Racing, and that's a name that we've been talking about all weekend long. Richardson.
What is going on with Richardson? Oh, this is heartbreaking. Something with the ski or?
Well, it looks like he's staying out on the track. Obviously, he wants to get them points. And wow. Not quite sure if he's got a mechanical issue.
I'm flabbergasted at this point.
I have no idea. We didn't see what happened there, but now Wilson with a commanding lead.
I was just going to say that door just got opened up for Wilson to put it on cruise control and bring it home and take home 500,000 baht and be the leader for the Jet Ski World Series coming out of Osaka, Japan.
Yeah, you can see the smile on Wilson's face in the bottom right-hand corner. He's thinking 500,000 baht right now.
He's thinking he's the cat that ate the canary right now.
Oh, yeah. Sophie's getting pizza tonight.
Oh, and I think in their case it was McDonald's again, their cheat day.
Yeah, right? Well, I'll tell you, Jimmy on the charge right now, and I'll tell you what, couldn't happen to a better young man. We'll see if he can hold on here for a couple more laps. As 10 laps here in this Pro Ski GP class. We've got the Pro Runabout GP class coming up next.
Well, Mike, it's going to change things up. With Richardson having issues, it's going to be James Wilson and Tanawin Moli. Then we're going to see Mayo Sato, and then Ryder Wildebar now the top 4.
Right, exactly. So we'll see if we can do a little bit of moto math for everybody. Once again, Jimmy with a 1-2, he would take the overall with Richardson out. Moli took an 8th, and 8-2 would give him a 10.
And where is Toshi? That's a good question. Yeah. Toshi was 4th overall.
Oh
my goodness.
We got a rider down. And now
Tanawin, oh my goodness.
Tanawin
2nd place.
Peace out, Tanawin Moli. No longer going to be on that podium. And I believe that was, wasn't it Mao Sato who was in 4th place? So that would move him up to 2nd now with Richardson out and Moli out.
What that means is Ryder Wildebar would go into 3rd.
So Wildebar would go into 3rd, and Wildebar might even hit the podium tonight.
All right, let's take another look and see exactly what happened. Tanawin looking very smooth. And was it just a bad wake that he hit here?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, either that or the ski shut off, because he definitely got pitched forward right away. You got to wonder if that pulled the lanyard or something.
And how about it?
So Tanawin back up and racing again. That's good to see. Miles Sato
Yeah,
on the 88, yes.
We said Sato moving up into second place. That would give him a second overall if he stays where he's at.
And there's Ryder Wildeboer now into third place, the 888s.
Wildeboer with a 6 and a 3 would give him a 9 overall.
And the only thing it's going to be, I don't think anybody in front of him is going to matter at this point. That would give him third overall.
A 3.
Because Toshi, he was one position in there. If he's back behind him and they tie for points, second moto outweighs the third. Or outweighs.
If Toshi can get fourth or better, Toshi will end up taking that third place position.
But he's not in fourth. That's the thing. I don't see him right now. We got to figure this out.
Alrighty, it looks like second and third going to opposite sides of the split with Jimmy Wilson way out in front.
The other question, where is Shogo Ebahara on the number 81, who was fifth in motor number 1?
Well, with Richardson going down and Molee going down, you know that those guys are moving up through the pack. We don't know who is in fourth and fifth right now. Once we find that out, we'll be able to have a better handle on things up here at announcing.
Jimmy Wilson. Here comes second place. Miles Sato. All right, there's another ski there. Where's Ryder Wildeboer?
Sato Wildeboer.
And who is this?
There's your fourth place rider there. That's actually third. That's Wildeboer.
They switched on us. We got to find out who's behind them. That's going to help decide the podium.
Yeah, who's behind 888? Wildeboer. So the two Americans running first and third right now out there. With Mao Sato riding factory Kawasaki out of Japan in second.
Could not see who was in that fourth position behind him. It is getting rough out there. You got to ride smart. You got to ride smooth, and you got to be Gumby. Not let that ski beat you up. Just waiting now as they come around here. This is a little bit longer race, though. It's 10 laps for these pro ski GP.
That's 2, 3, 4, and 5 that just came around the MasterCard buoy with Jimmy Wilson out in front.
And if we could just identify who's in fifth, that would help us figure out the overall podium as we go back to James Wilson up front, a.k.a. as we call him Jimmy. You know what? He was telling me he was having problems with his goggles. They were fogging up. They are off now, but he's out front. He doesn't have to worry about jet spray for anybody.
Well, he's still going to have at least 2 more laps to go. As the white flag did not come out that time around for Jimmy. And you can tell Jimmy's got it in him.
Oh, he does. He's looking strong.
And it looks like the goggles are actually around his...
Yeah, they are. He said they were fogging up on him. That's what his big issue was. He actually grabbed Tofi's and goes, I don't care if they're pink. I'm wearing them.
So, yeah, Jimmy No Goggles Wilson.
Not the first time we've seen him do this.
Wow. So, yeah, we almost had fourth place there. 88, Mao Sato still in second. 888, Ryder Wildeboer in third. There's a nice shot of Sato.
Power of the eights in Kawasaki. Now, of course, all these boats are powered by Kawasaki motors, 4 cylinders.
Top 2 are the new Hyperions.
That is correct, sir. VK Composites, that makes that. And Tana Wynn still off the backside there. He might have got hurt on that.
Yeah, he might have got hurt. You can see that they loaded him up on the backboard there.
Wilson coming around, still waiting for that white flag to come out.
Yeah, Wilson down bottom left-hand side of the track. Out comes the white flag.
There it is. 1 more lap to go. Here we are. Pro Ski GP, James Wilson, the current leader. Miles Sato at second. And it is Ryder Wildeboer in that third position on the 888s.
So James Wilson with about 3/4 of a lap to go to 500,000 baht. And let's see if he can hold on to it. Wilson working his way around lap traffic, taking it nice and easy. Knows he's got a good lead. Doesn't want to make a mistake and crash into a lapper. Around the double yellow chicane over here on the right-hand side of the track. And getting ready to head down that back straightaway after these yellows right here. And here we go. Jimmy Wilson going to gas it down the back straightaway. It looks like he might have another back marker in front of him, as you can see the pump wash trail. Wilson at the MasterCard buoy. He will opt to go to the outside split. So once again, Wilson in command of this one. Again, you can see the lappers in front of him, and they're taking Mo Lee back to his boat in the background there. It looks like Mo Lee was getting ready to board that boat. 3 more buoys to go here for Wilson. And Wilson down to the double reds, bottom left-hand side of the track as they view it from the grandstands here. And down the front straightaway, here comes Jimmy Wilson from Port St. Lucie, Florida, sponsored by Factory Kawasaki. He will take the championship here in Osaka City. So round 1 going to Jimmy Wilson in the Pro Ski Grand Prix. And Mao Sato, boat number 88, coming through in second, followed by Ryder Wildeboer in third. And it looked like boat number 72 possibly, or 78 rather, Sashi Sato coming through in the 4th place position. So I believe your top 3 unofficially will be James Wilson, Mao Sato, and Ryder Wildeboer will all hit the podium. But that is unofficial. You still have to beat the tech man. So you can see they are pretty pumped. Jimmy Wilson getting a win here in Osaka City, round number 1. I know that he has got to be super stoked. Goes and congratulates his Kawasaki teammate there, Mao Sato. And I believe we're going to send Dave down, and we'll get a word from Jimmy Wilson when we get back. I believe we are going to go to our commercials now. We'll be back in just a couple of moments, folks. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Nikishima Park in Osaka City, Japan for the World Grand Prix number 1. Let's go down to Dave Arnold, who is standing by with our winner.
We're going to talk about the premier classes. That's one for sure is the Pro Ski GP. I've got the winner, Jimmy Wilson. What an incredible ride. I had a chance to catch up with you right before the race. You were complaining about the goggles the entire time. We saw the goggles on the handlebars. I mean, what an incredible run. But let's talk about the battle, getting into that first spot.
Yeah, I mean, Moto 1, Jaden had me. You know, he pulled the whole shot from the slower split. The inside's been faster all weekend, and he just crushed it. Made me work for it, and I got second, and I knew this one had to be perfect. Kanamori and I, you know, we talked. Do I line up right next to him? Do I go opposite? And last minute decision, I opted for plan B, and I went inside. It's worked for me, you know, in my heat race, and I just absolutely nailed it perfect. Huge thanks to the whole Factory Kawasaki team. I mean, the horsepower, you know, I can't hide that. You know, huge thanks to Minoru. he's just built me a phenomenal ski, and we nailed the start, and I had to run away with it. Hopefully, or not hopefully. I'm sorry to hear that Jaden broke in Moto 2, but that's part of racing. Like building the whole platform, the team, the engine, the training, the athlete. It takes a whole team. So I hate it for him, but can't thank my team enough for a win.
We know Kawasaki has a proven platform on the motor side. This is a new boat, the Hyperion VK Composites. They make these boats powered by Kawasaki, but a lot of work went into this thing, and it's amazing to see the results you've already gotten.
Yeah, I'm super thankful. I was not even the top 5 athletes to get the attempt to ride this boat in 23, and when it came to me, I was like, absolutely. I don't care if you're giving me a 2x4 or the best jet ski in the world. To work with Kawasaki and Minoru, I knew he could make anything work. And this is our second full season on the ski, and we're starting out with a win. That just shows you what platform he's building with this ski. I mean, the engine package is, like you said, it's tried and true. Kawasaki is powering most of the skis on the line, if not all of them. And to have him working on the hull and Fuzzy and everybody at Kawi, I can't thank everyone enough. And all of the Japanese factory guys that come over and help us. It's unbelievable to be a part of this team.
Well, there he is, the winner for Pro Ski GP, lead points leader heading to Belgium, Jimmy Wilson.
Hey, thanks, Dave and Jimmy. Nice interview there. The GOAT chiming in online, Christmas Cluggage, saying, good job, Jimmy. And now, as Bob Seeger and Metallica would say, it's time to turn the page. That's right, it's time to go to the Pro Runabout GP class. This will be the last closed course race before we go to freestyle. Now, winner of our first moto in the Pro Runabout GP class comes to us from Kuwait. He's sponsored by the Kuwait Sea Sport Club and the Pro Rider team. That is Mohammed Albaz. Albaz was able to capture the hole shot over boat number 66, who was last year's champion. We know him as Skinny Mo, Mohammed Berbeya. He's also out of Kuwait City, Kuwait, sponsored by the Kuwait Sea Sport Club and Pro Rider. Taking a third place in Moto number 1 was Kenta Aku out of Japan, sponsored by the Excel Group Racing. Georgi Kaja out of Hungary, sponsored by Kaja Racing. He'll be on boat number 5. He took a 4th in the first one. And out of Thailand, boat number T142, Cassidy Terapatit, sponsored by FKT Concrete out of Thailand. He took a 5th. Rest of the field, boat number 4, we got Francois Midori out of France, sponsored by Easy Rider Magazine. Boat number 55, Yuya Sasaki out of Japan, sponsored by the Shindy Monster. Boat number J2, that's Umabi Mitsuki out of Japan, sponsored by Performance Marine Japan. Boat number 33 out of the United Arab Emirates, sponsored by 33 DDR. That's Khalifa Khalid Balasea. Boat number 39 is Lertapong Kunjing out of Thailand, sponsored by the Superjet Racing Team. Boat number 52 is Shinya Asai out of Japan, sponsored by Marine Mechanic. Also sponsored by Marine Mechanic out of Japan. Boat number 3 is Tamoro Masamitsu. And boat number 80 is Hiroshia Morikawa out of Japan, sponsored by M&H Racing. And boat number 25, Toshiki Sano out of Japan, sponsored by Performance Marine Racing. And we're taking a look right there at Skinny Mo, Mohammed Berbeya. He was last year's champion in the Pro Runabout GP class for the World Grand Prix, number 1 WaterJet World Series. Cassidy Terapatit going to be right beside him. Terapatit won several classes last year. This year making it up into the pro class. Again, Skinny Mo was your winner last year. Georgi Kaja also on the line out there. He took a 4th in the first moto. And Mohammed Albaz, who took the win in the first moto, took a 3rd last year in 2024.
So definitely some players as they come into this one for the Jet Ski World Series. A lot of pressure on these riders trying to repeat what they did last year coming in here. Now, moto number 2, you talked about Albaz, you talked about Berbier. It's also some fast one, Georgi Kaja. But a spoiler, Kenta Aku out of Japan. He was 3rd in moto number 1.
Yeah, Kenta Aku did not run the entire World Series last year. And, some of these guys, they pop up. They only run 1 or 2 rounds. And, if they could get the support, I'm sure that they would be at all 3 because they got, again, over 500,000 baht for the win here. 870,000 baht cash purse in this class.
That's a good 6 months of time.
Yeah, you found out. Did Jimmy tell you how he was going to spend his 500,000 baht?
was just so happy. Great to see Jimmy down there. I gotta say, all the years of interviewing him, this is always a class act. Look at this. Chris calling out probably Slugger, Troy Snyder going, who do you got? Both of these are veterans in this class.
Yeah, I believe both of them have actually won this class as well.
And of course, you want to talk about a true GOAT in this sport, Chris McCluggage.
Yep. Troy Snyder chiming in. I'm surprised Tori isn't over here, but Tori's been pretty busy, man.
Yeah,
He's been
running
running
the business there. They got the new business going with the hauling and all that kind of stuff.
Tori took second in the jet around a couple weeks ago and
Nice,
took home a couple $1,000. Yeah.
There's Muhammad Al-Baz, the 38.
He's got the bullseye on his back. He was able to hole shot Skinny Mo, Mohamed Berbea in that first race. I mean, they were side by side, and Al-Baz just stole it away.
Yeah, I know. Al-Baz always fast. These two have been going back and forth. They're teammates. Both ride for the Kuwait Sea Sport Club pro rider team. Their good friend Saud.
Yeah, you know, and that's the whole thing. You know, I know that they're both out of Kuwait. I'm sure that they didn't want to take each other out. And as we were talking about during the first moto, Mohamed Berbea knows a 2 is just as good as a 1.
Yeah, that's
in the
right.
First moto.
Now, of course, I believe Mohamed Berbea is a colonel in the Kuwaiti Army, their high-ranking position. Former Kuwaiti Highway Patrol, too. Now probably a colonel in that whole segment.
There is Kaja, who took second in 2024. Al-Baz looks like he's ready to go. Looked like he was calling for a 2-minute hold there for a second. As we get set to take off here.
Oh, the big roar is going. Close to what? Those guys are holding back, what, maybe close to 500 horsepower right there?
Oh, my goodness. I'll tell you, I'd like to, there's, how many of them? There's 14 of them, or actually 13 of them down online right now. Take 1,300 times 5. How many horsepower we got? 8,000 horsepower down online.
That is just insane. And these are watercraft.
Yeah, exactly. It's 2 Shelby Mustangs per watercraft.
Well, that would be a stock Mustang back in the day, as probably had less horsepower than what these have now.
Yeah, the fans are all waving to the cameras down there as we're under a 2-minute hold. And for those of you folks that may be watching it at home and aren't familiar, during each start, if you can't get your boat started, they give you 2 minutes in which to get that boat started. And then after that 2 minutes, the race will take off with or without you. So 38 right there. Al-Baz pitted right next to boat number 18. That's Kenta Aku, who took a 3rd in moto number 1. Aku, once again, the dark horse, sponsored by Motul Racing Fuels.
So Al-Baz is now re-racked there, and it looks like a little conversation with our starter. Lucy, you got some explaining to do.
So Al-Baz will be on the inside pole.
Asking him about how he went around.
Well, I think what he's worried about is him getting pinched. You know what I mean? At that first turn,
very tight.
It's going to be very tight for him. Everybody holds their line, everybody will be fine. But if somebody moves over, we're going to have issues. Probably more than National Geographic
and Life Magazine.
Mark Marriott saying, "Go USA." We got another T142 fan, Cassidy Terapetit fan, chiming in from Thailand, the FKT Concrete Racer, who took a 5th in the first moto.
All right, looks like that's French strong there. Probably support for Francois Magoi. Oh, listen to that horsepower. 8,000 horsepower just let loose.
Did you see Berbea, like a rock out of a slingshot on that outside split?
A rocket.
Yeah, Berbea looked real good on that Red Bull-sponsored Kuwaiti machine. And I believe it is Al-Baz. We're going to take a look here. Yeah, it's Al-Baz on the inside. Mohamed Al-Baz, your early leader on the inside. And on the outside,
Berbea?
It is going to be Berbea. Same way it was last time. Berbea started from the outside also. Al-Baz started from the inside.
And what fast conditions the water is right now. A slight ripple, very smooth. And look at this. Come around. It's going to be Berbea this time with a hole shot. Al-Baz to second.
Wow, Berbea making that outside work for him. Al-Baz
coming right into that second place position. And as I pointed out, I know that Berbea knew that a 2 was just as good as a 1 in that first moto. Only running 2 motos, not going 3 motos today. Knew what he had to do, went out there, and he just did it.
And of course, he had a lot of bragging rights. So last year's Jet Ski World Series winner, a lot of eyes were on him to repeat again this year. But Albaz, his buddy, saying, I'm going to work as hard as I can to deny you of that.
So right now, those 2 run in 1 and 2.
Oh no!
Berbea.
Did he get lost?
He may have gotten lost out on the track.
And then you see the fans there, jaws dropped, hit the floor.
Yeah, that could have cost him about 280,000 baht right there.
That's nothing to sneeze at right now. But Mohamed Albaz not going to complain because he's out front shooting for that 500,000 baht. He wants to sweep the weekend. A first and a second for the pro GP rider.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what happened to Berbea there. But, yeah, it looked like he was lost. There's Georgie Kaza and Berbea going past Kaza, so Berbea back into second, Kaja in third.
Yeah, that's right. Berbea able to find the throttle once again. And it's not like him to make a mental mistake.
Nah, not at all. Kaja stays where he's at. He'll end up third overall on the podium to Albaz and Berbea. Kenta Aku, I'm looking for boat number 18. The red number 18 out there. Haven't seen him in the picture yet.
Yeah, where's Kenta Aku is the question. The Japanese rider, as well as Georgi Kaja. Then we got Kazadit Terapati.
There's 18. He's in fifth.
Okay, fifth place. And where is Francois Midori, who is sixth in motor number 1 is the question.
So once again, you got Albaz, your leader. Berbea in second. You think Berbea can catch up to Albaz?
Well, I know he's going to get close, but I don't know if he's going to be able to pass him. It's going to be difficult, that's for sure. 10 laps make up the distance here in this class, the Pro Premier classes. We already saw Pro Ski GP. Now we got Pro Runabout GP.
And coming up next will be freestyle for all of our friends. All of our freestyle friends out there. That'll be coming up next. I believe we've got 7 freestylers will be coming your way. As you are watching the Pro Runabout GP live from the Shinkohama Park in Osaka City, Japan. The World Grand Prix number 1, WaterJet World Series.
There's a great shot there. The 33 Khalifa Khalid Basai out of United Arab Emirates riding for 33 DDR. Now that's, I believe that might be 4th place. Yes, it is.
Yep.
Khalifa.
And then I believe Kenta's in the 5th place, who took a 3rd in the first moto. However, if things stay as they are, it'll be Albaz on top of the podium tonight, Berbea in second, and Georgi Kaza in 3rd.
Yeah, that's an amazing, easy math for us on that one if it stays the way it is.
Once again, first place taking home 500,000 baht, second place taking 220,000 baht, and third place taking home 150,000 baht. You know what I'm talking about. And you know Skinny Mo's got to be beside himself right now, you know.
You know, it makes me think you got a lot. It's tough when you're out front. We've seen the best do it before.
Oh, yeah.
I won't mention any names, but I believe he's watching online right now.
Hey, you know, everybody's entitled to a mistake. That's why they call it racing.
That's right.
I mean, you can't win every time, but, you can't put forth a good mental effort. We talked about that yesterday. Having a mental focus out there is one of the keys to winning. Physical is good, and having your boat run is good, but you got to have that mental focus.
It's kind of like I always tell people, racing is kind of like fishing. It's fishing, not catching.
That's right. Yeah, Mac, I try. Well, once again, great to have former superstars watching in. Chris McCluggage retiring last year from racing full-time. Now with his son, Mac McCluggage. They're over in Spain.
Killing it.
Yeah, killing it over in Spain. We wish them the best of luck from all of us here.
As we watch Mohamed Albaz, our leader, circulate out in that top position. And the drag racer, look at this!
Oh!
Did I just see that? I think I just have to redact myself.
What? I feel like I'm watching Talladega Nights. A little bit of shake.
And a little bit of bake.
There we go. And Mohamed Berbea doing a little shake and bake on his teammate there, Mohammed Albaz. So now that means the 500,000 baht would go. Here we go. Let's take a look at it.
Now watch Albaz's head when he goes by him.
Albaz is like, what you talking about, Willis?
What? In slow-mo.
Right. What just happened there? Well, I'll tell you what, he kicked it into Red Bull gear.
He did. He's got wings for sure, my friend.
I'll tell you what, he found some if he didn't have them before. And boat number 5 still in that third place out of Hungary, Georgi Kaja out of Budapest. And there is your race leader, Mohammed Berbea.
I did not think it was possible, but you know what? Now that I look, anything's possible when it comes to Berbea.
The Colonel is in.
Yes, that's right.
There's Albaz, only a couple seconds off the pace, being thrown down by Berbea. But Berbea, after mishap, was able to come back and not only get past Kaja, but his teammate Albaz.
And he's even pulling away at this point as we go back to Mohammed Albaz, the 38 machine, the rider from Kuwait Sea Sport Club and Pro Rider Zone.
Well, if he can hold on to this, if Berbea can hold on to this, you've got to ask him what was going on down there in your exit interview.
I believe me, I am got that first and foremost on my mind, just like I talked to Jimmy about the goggles. There's questions that have to be answered.
So there is your gap between first and second. Berbea at the MasterCard buoy. He'll have to go to the outside. Albaz, I believe, going to follow suit. Both Kuwaiti riders on the outside. Kuwait running 1 and 2 right now. Just in front of Kaja, who is out of Hungary, running in third.
And back is Khalifa Khalid Balasai out of United Arab Emirates, 33 DDR rider. As we take a look right now as our leaders go by, Berbea and Albaz in tow.
Kenta Aku, who took a third in the first moto, was running in fifth.
There's a Kenta Aku fan up there wearing the 18 shirt. If we look at second place, Mohammed Albaz, probably in his head going, what happened? Because I tell you, I couldn't believe the speed that Berbea just turned on there. He found another gear.
Right, exactly. And I believe there is 5. There's Georgi Kaja, who's currently in third place. Georgi, a gym owner back there in Budapest, Hungary. And he was the first one to fabricate those seats where you kind of sit down in there. It's kind of more like racing a go-kart.
You're locked in, that's for sure.
Yeah,
there was so much horsepower, he said, that he'd get on a regular seat, he'd take off and he'd slide back, and then he had to use his arms. And a couple laps in, he'd get arm pumped.
Yeah, Georgi did it, and James Bushel followed suit.
Kylie Elmers, too.
Kylie Elmers. A lot of the Sea-Doo riders.
Yeah, a lot of the Sea-Doo riders, correct.
Skinny Mo, Mohammed Berbea. With just a couple more laps to go, he's got Albaz right behind him, only about 4 or 5 boat lengths behind him.
Yeah, Albaz is now trying to look for a little bit more speed to catch up, looking for speed. We'll start to see him split off using opposite lines from the split area, inside, outside, will be a crucial option.
Berbea carving it up like a Thanksgiving Day turkey out there. As he takes a look behind him, wants to see where Albaz in third place Kaja is. But man, when he went past Albaz, it looked like Albaz was just standing still.
I know, I couldn't believe that. His head was just bobbling. It's like he just couldn't get that thing to full throttle. It just wouldn't. It's like it was almost not clearing out and getting that full power band hit.
I was going to say, yeah, it looked like he found a whole nother power band coming down that front straightaway.
That's where he took that little hamster out of his pocket and threw it in the motor.
Right, exactly. He did an extra hamster.
Just waiting for the sign from the sky, from the tower, to how many laps, whether it's 2 to go, 1 to go. As Berbea looks over himself, wondering how many laps do I have left. And look at this now. He has actually gapped about another 5 boats on Albaz.
Yeah, Albaz definitely dropping off the pace. So at least a lap and a half left to go.
Which is not like Albaz. I mean, we see these guys battling close for so many years together.
starting to cool down here at Nishikahama Park in Osaka City, Japan. Now Boz taking a look behind him, wants to see where Kaja is. Georgi Kaja still in that third place position. And again, if things stay as they are, that's the way that they'll be on the podium. It'll be Berbea up front, now Boz in second, Kaja in third. Again, a look at the skyline there in Osaka City as we pan in to Skinny Mo, who has more than 30 world titles.
Ranging from novice to expert to pro level riding. He has run the gamut with wins over the year.
Now this is a 10-lap moto number 2 here for these guys. The white flag still not out.
Now that's another thing about 10 laps to go. We've ran longer laps in the past, but with these things, the high horsepower, they are strung so tight that attrition is a word that is used often in pro Runabout GP racing.
Well, and you want all the boats to finish too, Dave. I mean,
yes.
you know,
it's a fine line.
Exactly. You know, you don't want to be running 20 laps out there and then you finish with 2 or 3 boats when you start with 13. So again, you know, they downsized the laps, probably not only because of the canceled day yesterday, yes, but, you know, so we can watch some exciting racing here at Nishikahama Park.
Oh, this is not disappointing. Today's pro classes have been absolutely incredible. Top notch.
Well, and that's what the World Grand Prix Series is all about. You know, right. The WGP #1 series. They have the best of the best, and they all made it here to Osaka. We're going to see them all again in Belgium, I believe, in July. And this time, I believe the white flag is out. Less than 1 lap to go for Berbea.
Berbea now going, so we're going to go down. I'm going to go talk to our winner here.
All right, so Skinny Mo, Albaz still in second. Georgi Kaja in third. All 3 of them take the white flag. So it's been a great weekend of racing, with the exception of getting blown out a little bit yesterday. Skinny Mo, Mohammed Berbea out of Kuwait City, Kuwait, sponsored by the Kuwait Sea Sport Club and Pro Rider. Your leader in command, the Colonel out on the track. So Berbea, one final time through that outside split, has been, I'm not going to say flawless, but somewhat flawless here. Obviously a very fast machine to leave Albaz like that and to pass, get back and pass Kaja after going down and dropping into third place. And he takes the penalty buoy just in case, a little bit of insurance. The checkered flag drops for Mohammed Berbea. Mohammed Albaz, boat number 38, coming through in second. Georgi Kaza now comes through the start-finish line. And boat number 18, I believe, coming through in fifth. I believe that was Khalifa Belisea coming through in the 4th spot. Those are your top 5 here in our Pro Runabout GP class. What a race there for Mohammed Berbea. Once again, out of Kuwait, sponsored by the Kuwait Sea Sport Club and Pro Rider. So an amazing race, and we're going to be back to talk to the winners after these messages.
Everyone has a dream destination that they wish to visit in their lifetime, where you can cross off your travel bucket list and becomes your unforgettable experience. Let your never-ending stories in Thailand inspire the world.
and welcome back to Ashikahama Park here in Osaka City, Japan for the World Grand Prix #1 WaterJet World Series. Dave Arnold is standing by with our winner of the Pro Runabout GP. Dave, take it away.
Here we are with our winner from Pro Runabout GP, Mohamed Brea. Mohamed, what a crazy race. We saw you running out there. All of a sudden, you're just off track. What happened?
Yes, first of all, I want to thank God to get first place in Moto2. When I was lead, you know, some big boats come out like this and big waves. You know, in the backstretch, you have a good speed. The ski was sharp. Then I missed the buoy and come back to the track was third. I catch Kaz and second lap and do correction buoy 3 times because I don't want the number ones go out.
Well, and Mohamed Albaz, your good buddy, your teammate out there, we watched you come together. You went the outside split. He was inside. You flew by him. You were a man possessed out there.
Yeah, we do like a good race with my teammate Mohamed Albaz. Was together on outside. He switched one time to the inside. The inside was too much rough water because, you know, 5 laps after 6 laps, it's come waves. So I catch him in outside. So I was a lead in last 5 laps.
Well, 500,000 baht goes to you for the win, so you got to be happy about that. But here's the big thing. You're the points leader coming out of Osaka heading to Belgium.
Yeah, I hope to get a lead in Belgium to be safe in King's Cup Bataille. Last round going to be in December. Ski run good. My team is doing very well. So I'm happy. Thank you guys for do a good interview for all riders on the top in the world. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Congratulations, my friends. What an incredible run. Mohamed Brea, the big winner here in the Pro Runabout GP. Back to you, Mike Young.
Hey, thank you very much, Dave Arnold. As we get set to go here, the only thing we've got left to do this weekend is Pro Freestyle. And they're going to let you know that tricks ain't for kids anymore, folks. We've got 7 freestylers that are going to be doing battle out here. Looks like 5 of them are sponsored by Boone Freestyle, one of our great sponsors here this weekend in Osaka City for round #1 of the World Grand Prix #1 Tour, WaterJet World Series. Next stop will be Belgium. Glad everybody could hang out here with us. Great race, some great racing all weekend long. Congratulations to Pro Ski GP winner Jimmy Wilson and Pro Runabout GP winner there, Skinny Mo, Mohamed Brea out of Kuwait City, Kuwait. But now it's time to go freestyling. And for those of you folks at home, this is where the riders will have 2 minutes in which to impress our panel of judges. With as many tricks, they look for the style that you have, the degree of difficulty, the amount of tricks that you do, the amplitude that you're getting on these tricks. And I'd like to say hello to freestylers around the world who are watching in here at the WGP #1, round #1 WaterJet World Series. As we get set to go here, once again, I'd like to say a special thanks to the Sports Authority of Thailand, Amazing Thailand, Thai Airways, and Thailand National Sports Development Fund. Today's event has been sanctioned by the IJSBA, that's the International Jet Sports Boating Association, and will be covered by World Jet Sports Magazine. So make sure you support those and support the sport as we get set to go here with Pro Freestyle.
選手の方にも音楽が聞こえればいいかなと思うんですけども、ちょっとスピーカーの向きが違うかな。さあ、それではジャッジもスタンバイが OK ということで、オール OK。では参りましょう。まずはトップバッター、小杉。
All right, what an incredible race there. I got to talk to Mohamed Brea and Bea. What a class act that guy is. First, giving props to his team and his teammate that he battled so hard with Mohamed Albaz. But now we're switching gears. Mike talked about it. We're going into Pro Freestyle. We're getting a little air under these things on purpose this time. We're going to see 5 flying action. The top 7 have qualified down to make it a tight race, or I should say game here for freestyle. As we look down there, there's Demi Morgan, a good friend of ours, and Joey Minot there. She's with High Speed Industries out of Lake Havasu, a gym owner. She's going to have that last position to go. And it looks like Yuta Kasugi coming up first. These are specialty built machines for just freestyle. They're not a race mode, but they do have a lot of low-end torque. Wait for him to go on the clock here. So it looks like he's getting ready to go on the clock here, looking for a little bit of waves to get action going. There it is. Big backflip there, comes back around and do another backflip. Crowd's liking that, and do another backflip, and another backflip. And he's going for a big number of backflips. 6, 7, here we go. Wow, incredible. 8, 9, can he get to 10? There it is. UT Isugi, he's going for the bonus round 11 and gets a little bit of bobble, able to remount the boat. On the clock here, and boy, he looks a little bit winded there after doing that many backflips in a row. Trying to get a good setup wave, comes back around, and oh, one-hander, one-legged landed there, and do another backflip, one-legged. Oh my goodness, a big underflip there with it's kind of a backflip with a barrel roll. We call it the underflip. And you can see that Boone freestyle. Of course, Watanabe, Boone, Fumikazu, former pro freestyle world champion in the past, now a manufacturer of these skis. As the fans are watching on for Yuta Kosugi. And I'm not sure what trick he just flew there, but probably an aerial maneuver for sure. He's kicking in for some more, and he looks exhausted. You don't realize how much it takes out of you. Just 2 minutes, these guys train so hard for it, and it's over in a blink of an eye. And there it is, in seconds. See if he can get one more trick in before the last one goes. A little hop. And I'm not sure if he's got it in him, and that's going to be the end of his routine here. There it is. Once again, Yuta Kosugi out of Japan, running for a Boom freestyle, and tries to give a little hop there just for the crowd, just to give him a little bonus. And they're going to go ahead and bring him in. Our next competitor is going to be Yuhi Iwazako out of Japan, also another Boone freestyle rider. So a good performance. They're going to wait for the judges to calculate and tabulate his run here. Once again, top 7 freestylers have qualified to come into this. And I'm going to imagine almost, Demi Morgan having a good pull there. She gets to watch all the other riders. So here's another look at it. Big backflip, a lot of amplitude on that one, and right into it. I believe he got 11 backflips in a row to kick this one off. Throwing a few one-handers and no footers later on here. There you go, nice rotation as he comes back down.
Yeah, Dave, I'll tell you, I'm dizzy watching him right there.
No, really.
11 in a row.
And how exhausting. I mean, these guys just so much energy just for 2 minutes out there. Takes a lot of strength.
That was Yuta Kosugi that you've seen first. This is Yuhei Iziwako.
So with a big smile on his face, another Boone freestyle rider.
Yuhi saluting the crowd right now. Yuhi Iwazako, out of Japan. Sponsored by Boom Freestyle, as is the World Grand Prix #1, WaterJet World Series, round #1 here. As Yuhi
working the crowd. And on deck will be Hiramasa Akamoto. Uh-oh.
There he's on the clock there, 1 foot of backflip, Mike.
Yeah, it looked like he had a 360 flat spin to begin that. And let's see what else he's got for us. Once again, he's on the 2-minute clock. And 2 minutes, David, you know, it's got to go pretty quick while you're out there.
It is. It seems like an eternity for people watching sometimes, but for them, it's like, wait a minute, don't I have more time to do more tricks?
Yuhi sponsored by Quakey Sense. And a little over rotation on that first flip. There's 2 in a row for you.
That's a nice flat lander there. These are, 1200 cc motors, a lot of horsepower, a lot of low-end torque. These things, the props, are all designed. They'll get there really fast, but they're only going to go like 30 miles an hour.
Dave, one of the things I've noticed here just in the last 45 minutes, the wind is starting to pick up, and you can see the chop out there right now.
And it's changed directions. It's coming off the bay right now. So that's where the waves are coming from. And that's what Mohammed, when I was interviewing, he said all of a sudden, with the wind, the water changed on him, and he wasn't expecting that. So I can imagine it's going to affect some of the freestylers.
Yeah, you know, the freestylers like a lot of these like the flat water. And we had flat water all day long.
Yes, I know.
Until freestyle. There we go. Off access 360 into a backflip. Let's make it 2. How about 3? A nice 4-piece combo right there.
There he's playing to the crowd. That's what they want to do. It's all about the showmanship. That's why these guys do it. It's all about them. It's 2 minutes of their time, and you get to enjoy it.
Once again, Hiramasa Akamoto up next. And sets up. Oh, look at that. Going 50-50 right there.
15 seconds to go. Looking for one more trick if he can fit it in here.
Trying to set up for it. Let's see if he can get it in before that air horn. And there is the air horn.
Oh, an absolutely great trick, but I don't think it's going to count after the buzzer.
Yeah, it looked like a one-handed hand flip.
Yep.
So once again, going to take a look at the replay here. A nice no-handed 360 into a one-footed backflip. Not as clean as we'd like, or the judges I'm sure would like to see, but you know, still pulls it. Bobbles just maybe a little bit.
And you got to wonder
access.
That the water textbook black flip there, but the water's got to be a factor for these guys.
Yeah, I mean, it may not look that bad on your TV screen or your computer screen right now. However, we can see it here live. The wind's picked up. It's probably blowing right now right about 15 to 20 knots. Again, like you say, coming off the bay.
Yep, they're nice off-axe barrel roll there. He goes, I like that one. That was good.
Yeah, that's the kind of roll you're not going to get at your local sushi shop here.
Yes. Which there actually is the sushi roll. Another trick, so. And I think...
Isn't that a Gomez trick?
Yeah. Hanging out with all his Japanese friends, I'm sure they came up with it.
Terumusa Akamoto coming up next would be our third competitor. 7 total competitors here in Pro Freestyle. Uh-oh. And Okamoto maybe having some problems here as they put the boat.
Okamoto there as they take a look at it. He luckily didn't start his routine yet until either he puts his hand up or the first trick, and then he's on the clock. And I'm not sure what's happening here.
While he's doing that, we'd like to say a very special thanks to our organizers this weekend who have done an amazing job fighting through the adversity that Mother Nature has thrown at them. This event was organized by the Asian Multi-Sports and Entertainment Company Limited in association with the Japan Jet Sports Association. And hats off to all of them folks that have worked so hard to see this through.
Yeah, I mean, hats off to the JJSA, Japan Jet Sports Association, for all the hard work they do getting us back into shape. We were racing at 7 o'clock this morning. We started everything off. So they're going to send out the next competitor there. That's
Norio Fukuda.
Yep.
Another one of the Boom freestyle competitors.
I do believe all the Boone riders are Quickie Sense sponsors. There, he's playing to the crowd.
Like, I see you.
Of course, Watanabe Boone Fumikaze is kind of the inventor, a former multi-world champion. First time we saw him doing the double backflip in Havasu, and it just blew our minds.
Yeah, everybody went nuts.
It was the first time I ever saw it at the World Finals. It blew my mind for sure. All right, looking for his setup, looking for the right to start his routine. He's searching because the inconsistency is not like it. They like it flat because they ride around, they sit do their own setup weight. Here we go. They're going to look for the how many tricks you put, the trick count.
Spins around, gets right in that pocket. Nice one-footed backflip. Great amplitude there. Another backflip. You can just see the bottom end, man. He goosed that throttle, almost came from underneath him.
It's like a tractor. It's got so much low-end torque.
A power 180 slide into a backflip.
Not easy in these choppy conditions.
It's not easy being cheesy. They're freestylers, buddy.
That's right. He's trying to keep those trick counts up there. They're off access 360.
Nice backflip. We'll turn it into 2. How about 3? Let's make it 4. Why not?
Like Quadrifina there. Norio Fukuda, our rider on water right now. "15 seconds to go." The horn sounds.
Gives the crowd a big smile, and all the photographers, the paparazzi that are down there on the beach.
You know, Bomb's down there taking pictures.
That's going to do it. Not going to get this trick off in time, even though he did a no-handed roll there.
That was a nice bonus for the crowd, though. Well, looks like he is spent on that one. A lot of energy for these guys. Just take another look at his routine here with a nice off-access 360, Mike.
Yeah, some good amplitude on that. Goes right into a backflip, into another off-access 360, into another backflip. So there's a pretty good transition there.
Yes.
I got to say, you know, especially in this rough water. This rough water, you know, it's kind of hard to gauge. You can see kind of like a washing machine out there. Waves are going every which way.
And a nice one-footer backflip there.
As we recap the run here by Norio Fukuda.
Another off-access 360. Good amplitude on that one as he comes back around and able to smoothly ride that one out. Couple of backflips. This when he goes for the quad.
There's that off-access 360.
That was no hands after that.
What was that? That was just a no-hander ride?
Yes, no-hander ride.
No-hander ride. New trick. Yeah, things starting to cool off a bit here. It was, like you said, about 82 earlier today. And it is, the temperature's going down to 75.
There it's a little bit cooler down here on the water, so I'm thinking probably 72, 73. It's going to be a low of 66 tonight, which is unusual for here.
Very unusual.
We got another storm system possibly moving in a little bit later. Good thing it's held off here for a beautiful day of racing here in Osaka.
It looked like we were going back to Teramusa Akamoto. He went out there for just a second. They put the boat back up onto the stand.
Oh, he's so frustrated. He goes, maybe the next time. He's got to put another quarter in the machine.
Right.
Wait, my laundry's not done.
I believe Hisaki Hayashi will be coming up, possibly, as our fourth competitor. As tick-tock goes the clock here.
Yeah, that's right.
Actually have a female competitor over here competing from the United States, Demi Morgan. I'm excited to watch her. I believe she took a second, I believe, in Thailand.
Yes, she did. Yes, incredible rider. She just competed in the free ride in Huntington Beach in the Huntington Beach Wave Bash. So
how did she do there?
She incredible. She actually wanted to pull a little bit early out of it. She had a good time riding, but her mind was on coming to Osaka, Japan. She didn't want to get hurt.
Well, I'll tell you, that's a hard choice. Huntington Beach, California, or
I know.
Osaka City, Japan.
Oh, she got her riding, and I'll tell you, she threw off some insane tricks. And when you got a big ramp like an 8-foot wave, it just changes the whole thing. Free riders and freestylers, a little bit different breed. They do translate a little bit, but one doesn't mean you can do the other necessarily.
Well, things are kind of slowing down there.
Now, one of the riders that I know that could transition very smoothly, and I'd love to see him here, Mark Gomez, Gomer. Him and his wife, Kaylee, just had a new little baby girl. So
congratulations to them.
Yeah, so I know his mind was on that. He was able to show up for Huntington Beach, but I think it was a little tough to go anywhere else. Spend time with the newborn.
Okay, so once again, Terumasa Akamoto having some boat issues right there. And
heartbreaking.
I'm wondering, we should probably put somebody else out there. I'm not sure what's going on down on the beach right now.
Or somebody just loan him a boat.
We could do that too.
We've seen that before.
So not too much movement, Dave, down there behind the starting line where all the freestylers are pitted. I know that Terumasa still needs to go, but we also got Hisaki Hayashi, Taji Yamamoto, and Demi Morgan also on the docket.
Of course, Demi, a gym owner in Lake Havasu. It's pretty cool. And I know Joey Manol, her other half, owner of High Speed Industries, a jet ski shop in Lake Havasu. From racing to freestyle, he's got you covered when you're in Havasu. I believe normally she rides another manufacturer, but here, unfortunately, or fortunately for her, she's able to get loan a boat here, and she says she's having fun as long as she's riding. And we can see a little bit of dancing going on down there.
Oh yeah, they're having fun.
Yeah. Freestyle guys are always a bunch of fun guys and gals. I don't know, they're doing their popcorn impressions down there, though. And a little bit of dance, revolution. Oh, look at that, a Nitro Circus helmet there. Travis Pastrana's Nitro Circus.
Yeah, I see Pastrana probably in a couple of weeks is he's racing the offshore boat again, I believe, for Monster Energy, the X-Insurance Monster Energy boat in New Orleans, Louisiana.
Yep. I believe they're in Florida racing this weekend, right?
Yeah, there's Thunder on Cocoa Beach this weekend. Big race going on down there.
Speaking of I Dream of Jeannie earlier, Cocoa Beach.
Yeah.
A little Old knowledge out there.
All right. Well, it looks like we're going to go ahead and put in our next competitor, which is Hisaki Hayashi. We get something going on the water here as things are starting to get a little cooler up here on the tower.
Digging the red, white, and blue and the Nitro Circus, theme going. Is that a Ronnie, 69 running that number?
Right. I was looking at the lightning bolt in the circle on his helmet. I thought it was maybe, paying homage to the Grateful Dead. Jerry Garcia in the crowd.
Or they could call him the Flash. One of the two. Looks like Simon Kingscote watching from the UK. Checking out the action.
Thank you, Simon. We appreciate you tuning in. Hisaki Hayashi, who was just dancing for us just a moment ago. Let's see if he can dance on the water.
Trying to stay warm, probably. Here we go. Looks like it's going to be the first trick, Mike.
He doesn't like it. He's going to roll through it. Once he does the first trick, he'll be on the 2-minute clock for those of you listening in at home. Hisaki Hayashi from right here in Japan, sponsored by Boom Freestyle. Oh, nice one-handed flip. Off access 360 into another 360. Comes out of the tray, just gooses that throttle and hops back in the tray, showing you a lot of strength right there. I mean,
throwing a little knack-knack, a little can movement there. So you'll see the leg come in front and across, that's a can. If it goes behind, it's a knack.
That's right. Couple off access 360s, make it 3. Really went off access on that fourth one into a backflip, so 5-trick combo.
I tell you, the water really drops off here, I noticed that. And I do believe the tide's going out just a little bit.
Uh-oh, little bobble right there. Dave, you think that's going to hurt him?
Oh, well, I don't know. It's going to be closer. See if he can get a lot of combinations in and trying to recover here. He's locked in here. He's going to go for an aerial maneuver.
Yeah, whenever you see him kick their foot into them footwells, it means they're trying to lift the back end up.
Oh, nice 360 ride out.
Yeah.
Nice recovery.
Power. Looked like a off-access 360 into a 360 ride out. Yeah.
As we used to say, back up in the rider position.
Normal rider position.
Oh!
Nice amplitude on that first flip. Second flip. Third flip. Let's make it 4. How about 5?
Let's go for 6.
Why not? We're here. So 6 flips in a row there for the Japanese rider Hisaki Hayashi.
And that's what the judges are looking for, how many tricks you can put together. We got to be coming up on that. There it is, 15 seconds. Oh!
There's your can flip.
There's your can flip, exactly. This time he did it in the air. So you can get one more trick.
That always helps you score.
Yes, it does. Oh!
That's going to do it. That off-access 360 he was able to get in.
Oh, and going for a big toss.
Yeah, one-handed face auger. Into the Mark Spitz.
So let's take another look at this routine here, Mike.
Take a look at the recap here. Saluting the crowd to begin with, and one hand, one foot through. So a one-handed can flip there into a 360.
Another off-access 360. Into a second one, nice recovery. And he's going to throw a third one. Nice combination as a fourth one throws out there. And a fifth one into a backflip. How about that? That's 5 tricks strung together. I thought it was over. I think that was them telling me, it's all right, you're having enough fun.
I'm not sure. Maybe he had some bonus time. Extra credit.
It's like when you collect the cones in Mario Kart, you get extra time on the track.
Right.
この人の技を見たかったんだという方もきっと多いでしょう。この後はもちろん世界チャンプ、タイジ山本ということで。
I want to thank all the folks that are sticking with us on the stream here on Facebook. Incredible action going on as racing today did not disappoint. Now we're into the final event of pro freestyle here in Osaka, Japan for the WGP #1.
Now this rider here, Taji Yamamoto.
We know Taji.
Yeah, Taji's probably the top rider in Japan.
Yes.
Who comes out and represents them at the World Finals every year out in Lake Havasu. And always turns in a great performance.
And I believe he's got a double backflip in his repertoire, but I don't know if these water conditions are great for it.
Well, I'll tell you what. I think that he's got him in. I think he's got it in him. Rather, he's again sponsored by Boom Freestyle, and you know that he's going to push it as the patriarch from Boom Freestyle is down in the beach.
Yes,
watching.
he is. He's watching. All eyes on him. There it is. Oh my goodness!
Nice 540 to open up. Look, double backflip.
He pulled it off. How about that?
540 to double backflip, and the crowd seems to appreciate it.
And I appreciate it too.
Yeah, everybody was wondering, why is he wearing a helmet? You know, a lot of freestylers opt not to wear helmets, but that is exactly why he was wearing a helmet.
It's becoming a little bit more common now. I think the safety factor, and not seeing Gomez for several years wear a helmet, now he wears a helmet out there too. He's a multi-time free ride and world champion himself. Taji has gone out there and crushed it.
No-handed 360 and a no-handed 540.
Ooh.
Nice backflip.
A lot of energy there. Off-axis 360 coming around. Once again, playing to the crowd.
The crowd seems to appreciate it here at Shinkohama Park.
They'll slide around looking for another movement here. Another backflip there. Very smooth.
Yeah, a lot of distance on that backflip right there.
And a one-footer backflip to follow it up. Oh, switching it up the opposite way.
Right, and drives it out 720.
That's nice. I gotta love that. He's a showman, that's for sure.
Yeah, very, very polite young man.
Yes.
Got to
Always
see him,
a smile on his face.
Yeah, I got to see him during the lunch break today. He was high-fiving everybody back there in the pits. There we go. Nice Madonna flip right there.
That's right.
Into a roll. 360. 360 the opposite way. Smiles at the crowd. 15 seconds left on the clock, Dave.
Boy, he has not stopped the entire time. Let's see if he can get another one here. 15 second. What's he going to pull off? All the phones are out. Let's see. It's ticking down. Oh, no.
Yeah, it looked like he was doing a 50-50 right there. I don't think he got it in on time.
No.
So the judges won't count that one, but still a nice routine there.
Full of energy.
Taji Yamamoto. Like that graphics package on the boat, too. Wetsuit to match.
Flashy. Is that an homage to Nicholas Rios there?
No, I think that's a Cam Newton. I think he's dapping.
Yeah, dapping. We always see Frenchie do that.
Yeah. And taking the recap here at Taji Yamamoto as he waves to the crowd during the opening, and a nice no-handed 540 into a double backflip.
Wow, the amplitude there, and he lands it flat. Goes in a little tail stall, able to ride that one out.
Yeah, it doesn't come all the way out of the tray.
Nice off-axis 360 goes around, and he backs it up with another one, a 540 this time, into a backflip.
Another no-handed 360. A nice four-piece combination there. And you can see, I was talking about the distance. Look at the distance that he gained right there with that backflip. A lot of people, a lot of riders, freestylers, they like to do the backflips nice and tight.
They don't run out of room. I know some areas they have to worry about shallow areas and other stuff, but it's pretty deep here. They can go big and not worry about hitting ground. Or I call it the depth checker over the years. Huge backflip there. She's going to finish it up there. And here comes Demi Morgan from Lake Havasu, United States, Lake Havasu, Arizona. A very popular, our only female pro freestyler. She's on the loaner boat there from Boone Freestyle. A big thanks to Boone for that. And look at the smile. Very happy young lady. She's making sure it's up to temperature. You can see her checking the water flow, we call them the pissers off the side. Huge backflip here, Demi Morgan.
I can't believe she's got shorts on right now. I'm freezing up here.
And she lives in Lake Havasu. Her average summer temperature is about $1.18.
Yeah, right. Exactly. She ain't worried about it. Another off-access 540 into a one-footed backflip. Another one-footed backflip. Oh, gets a little sideways on that landing.
That's great how the other freestylers cheer each other on there, supporting their freestyle family. Demi looking around for another slide, looking for a setup wave there. Big backflip there for Demi.
Yeah.
And another big amplitude backflip, the off-access 360 backflip.
One-handed 360 into another backflip.
Just keeping the energy up, Mike. That's what the judges look for.
That's right.
She was the last competitor, so she's able to see what all the other competitors' tricks are, trying to get going. And of course, the different style ski that she's used to riding, not her ski. So it's amazing that she was able to adapt to it.
So Demi once again eyeing another setup wake. See, she's in the pocket.
Oh!
Nice cane flip there.
Yeah, man, that was insane. Big time.
And even her competition's loving it.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's great to see the freestylers, how they cheer each other on. You know, freestyle, even though everybody wants to win, you know, they're all great friends when you get off the track.
It's a specialty sport. There it is, 15 seconds to go. Big off-access 540 around to a backflip. And huge. She ripped that thing.
Comes up a little short on that backflip right there.
Comes up, I call that the coffin.
Well, again, like you said, she's not on her boat, you know.
But she's all smiles.
Still all smiles.
And she's a lot smaller in stature than some of the other riders out there, but very strong woman.
Yeah, I would say. Did you see her just hop up on the back of that boat?
Look at the amplitude on this backflip, Mike. Wow.
180 into that one-footed backflip right there. Another one-footed backflip.
Big extension there. She bobbles, unfortunately.
I tell you what, for competing against the guys, she does an amazing job.
Well, second in the world coming out of Thailand last year. Huge off-access 360 into another backflip there. Really, like, she's got those 540s down, though. She's doing some nice ones. Judges will look for those extra points when you
know, she's got so much horsepower. Yeah.
Canned out flip.
Oh, exactly.
Boy, she had major extensions.
Called that a flared out can flip.
Yeah, flared out for sure. Into a big 540, into another backflip. And the coffin. And the Das Boot.
And you can see the wind picking up. You can see the flags right there, what we were talking about. The wind now coming in from the bay. And I believe that may do it for freestyle. It's a tough break there for Teramasa Akamoto, who didn't get to go out there, had some mechanical issues. All right, folks.
All right, folks. Well, we'll be back here after these messages. We sure do appreciate everybody for tuning in to the World Grand Prix #1, WaterJet World Series. We sure do appreciate everybody for tuning in. Great racing and great freestyle here at Nishinkorama Park here in Osaka City, Japan. We will see you in Belgium, ladies and gentlemen, for round number 2.
All right, looking forward to it, Mike. I'll tell you, what a great day of racing, or a great couple days. And Belgium, here we come.
Everyone has a dream destination that they wish to visit in their lifetime, where you can cross off your travel bucket list and becomes your unforgettable experience. Let your never-ending stories in Thailand inspire the world.
It's time for Thais to encourage each other. Forward the encouragement to make Thai people and Thailand stronger. Sports Authority of Thailand.
National Sport Development Funds. Presented by Freedom Racing.